Now, it's a crucial day for Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan's political career. The embattled Premier is facing a no-confidence vote in the Pakistan Parliament. The motion is expected to be tabled today in the country's National Assembly. And once the motion is tabled, 7 days of debate will ensue, this before an actual vote takes place. Now, WION has gathered from its sources that a key vote on the no-confidence motion may take place on the country's National Assembly on the 4th of April. For a clearer picture, let's just break down the numbers of the lower house for you. There are a total of 342 seats here, 177 out of which are with the PTI-led ruling alliance, out of the 177, 156 belong to the PTI, 7 with the MQMP, 5 with the BAP, and the PMLQ2 has 5 seats. Now, ahead of the debate and the vote on the motion, Imran Khan made some startling allegations as well. In a show of power, Khan held a rally in the capital, Islamabad, yesterday. Thousands gathered to rally behind the country's beleaguered Prime Minister. He told a crowd of tens of thousands of supporters that a foreign-funded conspiracy is behind the no-confidence motion against him. He said that he knew of the conspiracy for some months. Without elaborating, he also added that he had a letter with him as proof. He flashed a letter before the public. He also said that he had received written threats to resign.
हमारे मुल्क में बाहर से पैसे की मदद से हुकूमत तब्दील करने की कोशिश की जा रही है। पैसा बाहर से, पैसा बाहर से है, लोग हमारे इस्तेमाल हो रहे हैं, ज्यादातर अनजाने में, लेकिन कुछ जानबूझ के ये पैसा इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं हमारे खिलाफ। पाकिस्तानी कौम ने ये फैसला करना है कि वो बाहर के अरबों रुपए लेके हुकूमत के खिलाफ साजिश करने वाले गुलामों को कामयाब होने देंगे।
But the claims have been ridiculed by the opposition. President of the Pakistan Democratic Movement, Maulana Fazlur Rahman, said, I am quoting here, "No chit can save you now. You are staging drama when your government is about to end." Now, the PMLN Vice President Maryam Nawaz also criticized Imran Khan's claim. She asked if the United States was responsible for dissident PTI members in the National Assembly. The PMLN Vice President also rebuked the National Assembly Speaker's decision. This was to delay the no-confidence motion. She said that Imran Khan was violating the Constitution through the Speaker. Now, in recent weeks, more than 20 lawmakers have disserted Khan. PTI needs to achieve a simple majority with 172 votes. But with rising defectors, it seems like a difficult target to achieve at this point. If the opposition wins a simple majority to topple Imran Khan, a new Prime Minister would be then chosen by the Parliament. The former cricketing star who came to power in 2018 has been accused by the opposition of mismanaging the Pakistan's economy and foreign policy. The country's powerful military is also reportedly disenchanted with his leadership. And for more on this, our Pakistan Bureau Chief, Anas Malik, sent us this report from Islamabad. Let's listen in.
The Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan addressed a mammoth gathering yesterday, a politically charged gathering. But how do these Pakistani papers are responding? I have a couple of them with me, and I'll just try to show you how is the Pakistani press responding to what the Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan has said. I have a couple of papers with me. The Tribune says that the headline at Tribune says foreign powers pulling up strings, says the Prime Minister, and it has a picture of the Pakistani Prime Minister addressing. The picture's caption reads, "Power Show PM Imran Khan addresses the crowd at Islamabad's parade ground." Then the Marglas here, it says it has the lead of a picture of a security guard standing by, and it says Imran Khan only hope for people of Pakistan. It's reading. It's the headline that says that. That's the inner side. Then The business recorder says, and it's leading with a question. It says, US-led West seeks to topple PTI government. And then PM says foreign-funded conspiracy to oust his government, claims to have evidence in writing. And then there's a picture of as well of the Pakistani Prime Minister at this stage. Then we have a couple of Urdu newspapers as well. And one of the prominent Urdu newspapers, Dunya, it says that the conspiracy to oust the government, foreign money, and people from within. That's what the headline reads in one of the prominent Urdu newspapers. Daily Times, again, it says foreign forces behind no trust motion, says the Prime Minister. That's what Daily Times says. Again, Khabre, another Urdu paper, it says that, quoting the Prime Minister, it says that to oust the government, foreign money is being used, and there was a threat from the foreign side as well, from abroad. Imran Khan waves the letter in the Jalsa. Dawn here, that reads, PM unveils a foreign plot against his government, and it has a picture of the Pakistani Prime Minister as well. The headline goes on to read, subheadline goes on to read that he claims to have credible proof in shape of a quote-unquote letter. And finally, the Pakistan Observer says that foreign powers behind to topple my government, quoting the Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan. So the Pakistani media has responded to this call by the Pakistani Prime Minister, this claim by the Pakistani Prime Minister, and they've by and large taken it seriously. They've quoted the Pakistani Prime Minister. This gathering was too big to be ignored, and the allegations that came are very, very serious. Anas Malik, in Islamabad, Pakistan, for WION, World is One.
And for more on this, joining us live from Karachi is Dr. Jamil Ahmed Khan, who is a political analyst and former ambassador. Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Khan. Now, the no confidence motion to be thank you. The no confidence motion I was asking you is to be tabled today. We saw rallies over the weekend, thousands gathered in Islamabad. What do you make of this situation? What is your take on this?
Prior to this no confidence motion, it can happen anytime. In fact, the first session is going to take place around 4 p.m. today. And remaining about these 5 to 6 days are crucial, and you'll find many more rallies of this kind. Now the PMLN rally is in progress. JUI rally is already camping in Islamabad. So this is basically, it started with PTI. PTI wanted a show of force, which they did, as a matter of fact, yesterday. And in retaliation or in competition, the other parties, the PDMA, they also started having these rallies and wanted to show their strength. Right. But basically, the decision is going to take place at the count of the vote at the floor of the House. So these are just to pressurize those MNAs from socialist standpoint in their respective constituencies that such a huge gathering is against those MNAs, about over a dozen MNAs who have defected and who have announced their defection from the PTI, that is Imran Khan's party. Right. So that there seems to be that pressure so that they are able to be convinced to come back, or they refrain casting their vote. So that one thing is quite, and this is what Imran Khan is making an allegation against the other parties, that foreign funding is being used. What documentary you have shown a little while ago, a report of your correspondent. So this is what he's indicating, that these MNAs have been bought, or there has been a horse trading.
Right, absolutely.
So from that angle, all these things seem to be just political maneuvering and movement. Imran Khan definitely is in a thick water. And why he is in the thick water? Because he was on a very thin line so far as the majority was concerned. So he's losing the majority, apparently, because his own MNAs have announced. And yesterday, There is another party which has about 7 MNAs at the floor of the House, which is Pakistan Muslim League Q, led by Chaudhry Shujat and Chaudhry Pervez. It appears that they are going to announce today or tomorrow their allegiance with the opposition, that is the PDMA. And then the game seems to be over if that happens. And this is their quite probability that's what it is happening.
Right.
So far as the foreign funding is concerned, I took it, and the letter which was wavering in front of the congregation, it appears more of a political move. And there might be some reporting from somewhere, that's fine. But no country would really give it in writing, even if they are supporting someone. So that's what my take is.
Right, absolutely. Now, in fact, I was just going to come to that, talking about maneuvering, political maneuvering. One, the motion is stable. It will kickstart intense debates. What options does the Imran Khan government have as the Prime Minister's political future hangs in the balance? How do you see the situation unfolding?
Well, try and convince his own MNAs, as a matter of fact, and try and convince the parties, coalition parties, such as Pakistan Muslim League Q, such as Balochistan Awami Party, such as MQM, Muttahida Qawmi Movement. So all these parties together, there are about 20 seats of these coalition partners. And one of the partners, which has 7 seats, MNAs, parliamentarian, if they announce it today or tomorrow, then obviously on the floor of the House to pass a no confidence motion, the opposing party only needs 172 votes, which they have already shown. And the opposing party, the opposition is claiming that it can go close to 200 number. So from that angle, it appears that it would be very hard for the PTI to retain this position of leader of the House and the position of prime ministership. It appears that soon the leader of the opposition, who has already been the confidence has already been vested on him by other parties, that he could take the vote of confidence. And if they are able to gather more than 172 votes and defeat PTI in showing their strength, then in that case, the opposition party, who have nominated Shahbaz Sharif as our next prime minister, it appears in the simple arithmetic calculation, it appears that Shahbaz Sharif can make it.
All right, Dr. Khan, thank you so much for joining us with your analysis of the situation. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.